Glenn Clark Radio, talking about the sports you do and don't know, both within and surrounding Baltimore. Don't ask him about preseason games, oh no, stuff and things in Griffin, Basallo. Despite it being on the internet, he can call it what he wants, so Glenn Clark Radio, Glenn Clark Radio, Glenn Clark Radio. Duke sucks.
And good morning. It is a Thursday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. We're back in the New York groove, back in studio today after we had a great day down in College Park yesterday. Thanks again to Dustin Simonovic and the staff of Maryland football for hosting us, particularly for hosting my 8-year-old son, who he thinks he's on the team. He thinks that he's...
I thought I was on the team.
Oh, my God.
Honestly.
This is a true story. This is straight shoot. We are, after we did the show yesterday, we were given a tour of Jones Hill House. And at one point, I said to my 8-year-old, all right, buddy, go stand by the helmets. I'll take a picture. And I swear to God, Griffin said, me? And went over and stood with my son. You can find it. You can pull it up, Griffin. I posted it on all the socials. Went over with Griffin and stood in front of the mannequins wearing all the various Maryland uniforms and posed for a picture. Griffin was, I think, more excited than my 8-year-old was.
Well, it was pretty cool. I mean, you didn't think it was cool?
We had a neat day. We had a very neat day. I appreciated them having us.
It made me wish I played football. Made me wish I was about a foot taller and 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have worked out for you, but you're a national champion. You don't have to worry about. You don't have to think about what wasn't. You can think about what was in your athletic career. We had a great time, really did, and appreciated Mike Loxley and Jim Smith and LeVan Scruggs and Caleb Webb all coming over to hang out with us during the course of the show, and we'll try to get some of that back to you if you missed any of it during the course of today's show, as I had a great time catching up with everybody down at Maryland. We got a lot to do on the program today. We are going to make a trip to Aberdeen to chat with former Orioles first-round pick Vance. Oh, there's my son. Nailed this. We were right on top of it. This is exactly, just as I was moving on, was exactly when I said, that's when I wanted to see it on the screen. Yeah, there's my son in the weight room. It's him with LeVan Scruggs, and then with Caleb Webb, and then, yeah, that's the one. Look at the smile on Griffin's face. Look at the smile on Griffin's face. I said to my 8-year-old, do you want to run over and take a picture with them? And he was like, I guess if I have to, Dad. He was more excited about other things that we did, like when we got into the field house. So I was trying to explain to him how when I was growing up, that was the basketball arena. That was where I went. Not only was it the basketball arena where I went to watch basketball games, when I was in school, I actually took a couple of finals inside Cole Fieldhouse. So
why was that?
I don't know why that was. I think it was because they could spread you out, so you weren't cheating, right? They would have one. You'd be in a row, and then nobody else was allowed to sit in that row for the exam. They would have, just to spread people out, they would have you take the exam inside Cole Fieldhouse.
And now we all take the exams together.
Correct. Now we're all like, hey, Joe, what'd you get for number 4? It's a weird world that we're living in. But yes, when I was in school, I took some exams inside Cole Fieldhouse. So I was trying to explain to my son what a big deal it was to be in there. And the moment we got in, he said, can I run the length of the field? And I said, sure thing, pal.
That video just sent me? I guess I won't.
I put it on Facebook. I definitely put it on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if you can pull up either one of those. But yeah, I said, hey, buddy, do you want to try to run the length? Or he said, can I run the field? I said, absolutely, go for it. You go run that field, pal. And as soon as he took off, I realized he has no idea how far 100 yards is. There you go. There's my son. There's my guy trying to run 100 yards the entire length of the field at Jones Hill House. And I realize about 20 yards in, he is not prepared for this. Like, he is not ready for how far it really is to run 100 yards and back. I mean, he was going to tire out, and he did, inevitably. There's our friend Dustin, the sports information director at Maryland. And so he starts tiring out. But then the really goofy bit is, at the end, like, he's going to score a touchdown. He runs out of bounds. What is he doing? Oh, then I had him do a touchdown celebration, and this is what he came up with. I thought he killed himself.
I thought so too.
That's a really good one.
This is, by the way, Anneke. We're gonna meet Anneke here in a second. But yeah, I
Anneke
thought
or Anneke?
Anneke.
Anneke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right. No, I'm sorry. It's your name. We're gonna get it right, Anneke. Yeah, he decided to do this like weird flip / roll where I thought he broke his neck. And I was like, oh, what? This is gonna be a great thing to explain to his mom. Like, hey, what happened today? Well, we were having fun. Oh, you got him in an Orioles hat. That's nice.
That might be from 3 years ago. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was on the team before. But, yeah, we had a great day down there. Got a lot of feedback from everybody. We are going to look to do some more of those when opportunities present themselves to do live shows on location and create a little more content for you that way. So that's something that we would like to do more of moving forward. We did not, because we were not here yesterday, we didn't get a chance to put Rico Garcia up on the board. He was, of course, the man of the match for 2 nights ago for his brilliance in the 8th inning. So Rico Garcia goes on the board. Man of the match is brought to you by the new print issue of PressBox, which is available for free at your neighborhood Royal Farms, any of the hundreds of locations around town where you find PressBox. You can read it all at PressBoxOnline.com. Anneke, do you have something in this print issue of PressBox?
I do have a couple of things in this.
What do you
issue.
have in this print issue of PressBox?
I have some Orioles draft prospects and then some local kids that were drafted.
Oh, right. Yeah. Like our friend
Aiden West?
Aiden West, yes, exactly right. 100%. That is all available. Hi, I don't know who you are, but it's nice to see you. I'm happy that you're here. I like it when it's like the Today Show, when the people are holding up signs outside the window. Look at that.
Yep.
Ike Irish. Oh, yeah, we had that conversation with Ike and his dad, Jeff. That was a lot of fun. Ike hit his first professional home run last night. I don't know if you saw it. For the Delmarva Shorebirds. Is this your first time having a byline in a print publication?
It is.
That's pretty cool. Yep,
I have one at home framed.
Do you really?
Yes.
I get it. It's the first one. It makes sense. You can also read it all at PressBoxOnline.com, but it is available right now. Great cover story from Bo Smolka about Derrick Henry in that print issue of PressBox. All right, Anneke Wagner.
Yes.
Did I get that part right, or is it like
Yes.
Wagner? All right.
No.
You never know. Like it's
Franz Wagner.
Franz Wagner,
Mo
who's
Wagner.
killing it. Major star.
We're the Americanized version.
Very good. Give me your story.
Well, I am from Baltimore City, right downtown. 5-10 minute walk from each stadium.
Very cool.
Yep. Grew up here, went to Friends School of Baltimore, and now I go to Penn State. And
we were doing so well.
Win the national championship.
Are ya?
And
Are
wrestling,
ya, though?
sure.
Yeah, right. Are ya?
Wrestling, volleyball,
Yeah,
hockey.
they're pretty good.
Yeah,
They're pretty good at
yeah.
a lot of things.
Everything was going so well right up until all right, so my Penn State story that I always tell. When I was your age, I was dating a girl who went to Penn State, and she would always ask me to come up for football games. I was at Maryland, and I got it. The Maryland was in the ACC at the time. It wasn't quite the electricity of a Penn State football game. So I remembered going to, I want to say they were playing Virginia. It was the first time I went. And I, like most everyone there, was a little alcohol-y. And everybody was doing the "We Are Penn State" bit. And I, after a few alcohols, said very loudly to her and an entire group of friends that we were watching the game with, "Oh, thank you. I was very confused. I thought we were in Oregon." And she proceeded to say, "Get out." Like, she did not take kindly to my jab at "We Are Penn." Like, to her, saying the words "We Are Penn State" was life. It was more important than anything in the world. And me fighting about that was proof that I didn't care about her. And when I say it began the dissolution of a relationship, that's not hyperbolic. It was never going to work out long term. As it turns out, she was not as interested in men in general as I thought she was.
Oh.
But like that wasn't the reason we broke up.
Look what you did.
Yeah, I know. We broke up because I attacked Penn State. Because I had the audacity to make fun of We Are Penn State. That was what led to our ultimate demise. And so I learned a lesson that day.
I don't stand by you on everything. I do. I think you made the right. I think what you did was warranted.
It's
come
a
on.
good joke, but you can't make fun of tradition.
How many times do we need to do it? Like, we get it. We know who you are. We're here. I bought the ticket and everything. I know where I am. Like, the first time, cool, got it. All right, you did the whole thing. The 50th time, it's like, come on, man. Where are we? What are you doing here? What's the idea? Why'd you end up at Penn State?
I just really loved the communication school there, and I met some really awesome people at my tour, and then just decided it was home.
How annoyed are you by my voice at this point after spending the summer interning and having to write up about 100 interviews?
It's really interesting to be on this side of the camera and the microphone after listening to it every other day.
Yeah,
the entire month.
it's a lot. I was trying to explain to Anneke, like, transcribing sucks because it's not just that you have to listen, it's that you have to go listen again and again and again and again to the point where you are prepared to end it. You're just like, I can't.
And they're 20-minute clips.
100%. And you got to get the best part, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you can't just say, hey, this is interesting. You got to make sure there's not something more interesting that happens later on during the course of the conversation. So I greatly appreciate that hard work. Greatly appreciate the fact that you are willing to do that because, my God, I don't like doing it for myself. No joke. I've asked other people to transcribe. When I've done an interview in the past and I needed to transcribe it for something I was writing, I've asked someone else if they could transcribe it for me because it's too much. It's too much. What's next for you? What do you want to do? 10 years from now, ideally, what are you doing?
Ideally, I'd be working somewhere in baseball, in broadcasting, maybe sideline reporting,
Cool.
maybe writing.
Cool. Wait, you said earlier you prefer broadcasting to
I
writing,
prefer
right?
broadcasting,
Okay.
but I said right now,
All right,
after
that's
this
fair.
summer,
That's fair.
I
That's
like
fair.
writing more.
Oh boy. See, I was terrified that you were going to say, after hearing your voice every day, I never want to write again. That's going to be the end of it. That's very cool. A big Orioles fan?
Yes.
Big Ravens fan?
Yes.
We like all those things. The Penn State part, nobody's perfect. But we like all of those things. That's very
I'm
cool.
happy on Saturdays.
Wow. Oh, I wish I could retort,
We
but
were
I
happy
definitely cannot.
4 Saturdays last year, too.
Yeah, right? Remember that time we beat USC? Yeah. That was...
And Villanova.
Yeah. UConn? Hell yeah, brother. I took my kids to the UConn game. They had the time of their lives. They were ready. I don't know if you heard, my son's on the team now.
And Griffin.
They were, yeah, and Griffin kept being like, they were bringing my son food. Griffin was like, can I get some? Griffin put together a plate yesterday in the dining hall. So by the time we finished the show, most of
what you have to do
the
in the
real
dining hall.
food was gone. We had the salad bar. Griffin put together a plate. I've never seen anything like it. It was like 3 stacks. It was like a leaning tower of Pisa of just fruit. I've never seen anything like it.
Pretty
Now,
good.
I am a
Fresh
man who
fruit, too.
enjoys.
It was
love
amazing.
fruit. I
It was
love
amazing.
fruit. I'm an acai guy. Like, I'm that guy now. But I've never seen anything like this. It was just stacks
It's just a
of
fruit
stacks
salad.
of
It's a fruit
fruits.
salad,
I guess it was a giant fruit salad.
And they're all fresh raspberries, fresh strawberries.
So excited
Sounds
about
incredible.
I know. It doesn't get better. Pineapple doesn't get better
it.
than
Couldn't.
that.
I made myself a nice salad.
Yeah.
Like an adult.
Sure. Well, I mean, what's unadult about what I did?
I don't know. It sounds like something my
Got
children
some-
would do. It seems
Well,
like
they didn't do
something-
that, so
They don't. Well, because pizza was available to him, and so that was going to win out.
I think I might have still gone for the large plate of fruit.
You were just going to
over
go
pizza.
for
Yeah. As soon as I saw how fresh those raspberries looked, I was like, whew, this is ball game.
It's so weird. Anneke, first of all, thank you for all your hard work.
Weird.
Appreciate all that. Griffin, Anneke, of course, gets a book of her choice from our book collection.
Okay.
Nobody goes home empty-handed. Nobody ever goes home empty-handed. I don't have any money for you. I can't pay you for all of your services, but we have T-shirts, we have books,
Wow.
and as if that wasn't enough, This pen.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh.
Or maybe not.
Knocked it over. There you go. This pen.
I can't have the mug.
No. Do you want the mug? You can have the mug.
I love Miss Shirley's.
Yeah. Who doesn't love Miss Shirley's? There you go. That's for you. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, there's stuff in it. All right, we'll deal with that later.
All right.
We'll
The
deal
writer
with
said,
that later.
I don't want the book.
Yeah, right.
I want the mug.
You have a book of your choice too. Normally, I choose it for the interns.
Okay.
I just give them the most random book on the bookshelf, but you get to pick the book of your choice. And there's probably 6 or 7 books out there, so that's
Wow.
that's not nothing. All right, let's get into it. Obviously, bad news yesterday. Our lead story today, of course, is Felix Bautista, who is sidelined now for 12 months. We look when Tony Mansolino said it was a significant shoulder injury. You knew then that you're going to be dealing with life without Felix Bautista next season. Had shoulder surgery to repair a torn labrum and torn rotator cuff. That definitely qualifies as significant. Now, what it means for Felix Bautista and what it means for the Orioles, those are two different things. What it means for Felix Bautista is not only you're sidelined for 12 months, there's no guarantee. I mean, this is a significant injury. Our friend Avi Miller tweeted something yesterday, and Avi's not an expert about these things, but what he said, it's very real, and this is what Felix Bautista is dealing with moving forward, which is this goes beyond baseball. Torn labrum and rotator cuff can be life-altering. Loss of mobility, decreased strength capacity, long-term pain, sleep disruption, arthritis or joint denigration are all possible, or degeneration are all possible. And look, there will be more invested in Felix Bautista and his return than there would be. Griffin was pointing. What did you deal with?
I had a partially torn rotator cuff, and it was hell.
Yeah, it's
and
awful.
I don't throw 100 miles an hour,
right?
And it was very tough. Like, cause I couldn't. It was my left. I'm left-handed, and it was my left shoulder, and I couldn't. I can't lay on my left side for like. I didn't get surgery or anything, so it was like almost 6 months. I was going to PT for 6 months, and it was it was not fun. It was not fun. I couldn't throw a ball which is like my favorite thing to do. I couldn't throw a ball for 6 months, so that was not fun either. It was also over COVID when this happened, so it was just like the only thing I could do was go outside and play ball, and then I couldn't. So it was extremely disappointing.
Feel like Griffin's opening up about his depression. Like he's opening up about the darkest period of his life.
Well, yeah, when I hurt my
I'm
shoulder,
starting
it was
to understand
fun.
more why we saw his boyhood joy yesterday at Maryland because he has been to some dark places. No, I get it.
Put weight over my head, it was tough.
There's going to be obviously more invested in Felix Bautista and his return than probably there was in your return from that particular injury. With no disrespect, I'm not saying that you weren't an important part of Towson volleyball, but sorry, not dodgeball. I apologize. I'm trying to do two things at once.
Dodgeball, yeah.
National champion. Show some respect.
Mm-hmm.
There's a national championship in dodgeball.
There is certainly a national championship.
By the way,
dodgeball.
Anneke, you're dancing right up on it.
Yeah,
it's gonna turn.
And guess what? We would destroy Penn State every time we played you guys.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I thought it might get awkward here for a second. I thought that might be the case. Look, I saw a lot being made of Felix Bautista may have thrown his final pitch as a Baltimore Oriole yesterday. And maybe, right? Like, maybe. I can't see the future, believe it or not. I'd probably make a little bit more money if I could. Maybe. But there's also no reason to assume that yet. Not yet. Felix Bautista is still under team control through 2027. So provided he wants to come back, he certainly has no trade value. His only option would be to come back as an Oriole. So I don't know why there was a lot of that going on yesterday. I'm very confused to the idea that like Felix Bautista's thrown his last pitch as an Oriole. Now, will he ever be Felix Bautista again? Good reason to question that. At this point, what I think is the declarative thing to be said is the Orioles can never assume that Felix Bautista is their closer again. The Orioles now need to address closer. Felix Bautista is out of the equation. They don't need a stopgap closer. They can't go the route of Craig Kimbrell moving forward.
Unless.
Right, I understand. I don't know if you know, he's got the 5th most saves of all time. They can't go that route. they have to address closer long-term moving forward. Somebody tweeted out who the available closers were this offseason.
Yeah, sorry, I pulled
That
up
was,
this was to look at the past
some of the
relievers.
things they've done relief-wise. Yeah, it hasn't been great over the last few years. Jacob Calvin-Meyer points out some of their bigger relief pitcher signings, they bombed. Andrew Kittredge, when he got healthy, was helpful before he was ultimately dealt. Craig Kimbrell obviously was an unmitigated disaster a year ago. Michael Givens, they tried to reunite with 2 years ago, and at the time it made a lot of sense from a baseball standpoint, but he got hurt and ultimately was DFA'd. They have extraordinarily little. What was the number for negative 0.8?
Yeah, negative
WAR for how much money spent on those four guys?
24.9 million, but they did get Wilfred De La Cruz in return.
They did in the Kittredge trade, so they have that going for them, which is
He
nice.
might be the greatest player of all time.
Maybe. I mean, it could be anything at this point. We can't say he's not. We can't say that. But yeah, they need to address closer. We already knew they needed multiple leverage arms in the bullpen this offseason based on the trades they have made. Matt Wyrick points out some of the closers that will be available this offseason that potentially could be options for the Orioles. Ryan Helsley, Edwin Diaz, Kenley Jansen, Devin Williams, Raisel Iglesias, Emilio Pagan. Our friend Eric Arditi was pointing out the other night when he was into the game that maybe Aroldis Chapman could be in play again, as he appears to be Aroldis Chapman again, the way that he was
in his career.
Right? I would say that's going to be a no for me, dog. I'm kind of always going to default to that with people that have domestic violence issues in their background. I will never sign up for it. He does point out that Sir Anthony Dominguez will be available again. Hunter Harvey, former Oriole.
If Hunter Harvey's coming back, that means Mountcastle's sticking around, right?
That's true. They are best friends. They are absolute best friends.
So just get all these guys.
But this is the reality. The reality is the Orioles, their bullpen picture, I think Jacob Calvin-Meyer tweeted out about the entirety of the bullpen picture. It is cloudy AF. The guys that are back, one of them is a guy, there's one guy in the bullpen right now that you would say I would count on to be a part of a winning bullpen next season. Rico Garcia. That's it. That's the list. No. The one guy that's back is Keegan Aiken, right, who has certainly performed well. It appears as though we're closer to thinking Dietrich Enns is part of that group, right?
He's been doing well.
He's been very good. He has been very good. And given
he hadn't walked a guy until we pointed out that he hadn't walked a guy.
Yeah, right. So we're the jerks, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So given their what they don't have, Dietrich Enns right now, in a world where you've got a more complete bullpen, you could probably say, like, I don't know about Dietrich Enns, we'll see. Given they have next to nothing, Dietrich Enns is almost a sure thing at this point to be back. He points out Yennier Cano will be back. This version of Yennier Cano, frankly, doesn't belong in the major leagues. He's only here because they don't have any other options. He should still be at AAA based on the way that he's pitched. So Yennier Cano is not part of the plan to me at all next year unless he looks dramatically different.
It seems like he only pitches well when Felix is also healthy. Like,
yeah, that's a fair.
It's weird. Like, I have no
you have
statistical
no
evidence
science
to back
for
that
that.
up. Yeah, but it's like he seems a lot more confident when Felix is behind him.
Yep.
It's weird. I don't know how to quantify that.
The other guys that could be a part of the equation, we talked a lot about Tyler Wells. To me, Tyler Wells is a reliever, but for some reason, the Orioles are obsessed with the idea of him still being a starting pitcher. I don't know why that's still a thing. I don't know why that continues, but to me, Tyler Wells is in the bullpen. They don't say that. Albert Suarez could be your long man in the bullpen, but you need leverage guys. You need multiple leverage guys and a closer. So for as exciting as this past week has been, and as much as you can buy into the, like, hey, Samuel Basallo looks the part and all that, the picture for the Orioles competing to win a World Series next year kind of starts with, do they solve their bullpen? Because right now, it's next to nothing. I mean, at all, that they have going for them in their bullpen. They have the surgery that Felix Bautista is having, the significance of it, that's the caliber of what the Orioles have to do surgery-wise on their bullpen. They are They have to overhaul the entire thing. And there are other guys, as he points out, like Chase McDermott, who's been pitching out of the bullpen recently, that could be part of the equation. Maybe Anthony Nunez, who they acquired in the Cedric Mullins deal with the Mets, could be a part of that equation. But those are maybes that we're talking about. They need surefire, major league leverage guys moving forward. On top of the fact that they also need a high-level starting pitcher this offseason and at least one more outfielder. Like, on top of all of that. And it doesn't mean they can't do it, but given what we've seen from the Orioles, we are reluctant to believe that they're going to do all of those things. They have to prove that. Kyle Bradish made his final rehab start yesterday real quick. Did not go great yesterday, but less important the result and more important that he's going to get the shot to be back. He went 4 2/3 against Charlotte. Allowed 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He will make a major league start next week. When we come back in, we're going to head to Aberdeen. Vance Honeycutt, last year's first-round pick, will join us. That's next. It's Glenn Clark Radio. Feeling sluggish, unfocused, or not like yourself? It could be low testosterone. At Game Day Men's Health, we specialize in testosterone replacement therapy to help men boost energy, improve mood, and regain confidence. Our treatments, including testosterone cypionate, are safe, natural, and tailored to fit your lifestyle with weekly injections or pellet therapy. Get started today with a free testosterone test and feel the difference. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Game Day Men's Health, where men reclaim their game.
For fans of the Costas Inn, and who isn't, I have some great news. Now there's a second location to go along with 4100 North Point Boulevard. This one is at the Timonium OTB. This is Stan the Fan, and I have been a fan of the Costas Inn and Triantafalo's family for going on 30 years. They're open for lunch and dinner, same great Costas feel, same great menu and quality food you've been enjoying for well over 50 years. The exact address on your GPS is 2200 York Road, and their phone number at the new location is 667-406-1975. If you're new to the Costas experience, get ready for a real treat. All wrapped up in a new spacious dining room in Timonium at the OTB. If you want steamed crabs, you have them, and the full menu at 4100 North Point Boulevard. The number for reservations there at Costas, 410-477-1975.
Get ready, Baltimore. On Saturday, September 6th, the world's top pro cyclists return for the Maryland Cycling Classic, America's top pro road race. Cheer on elite men's and women's teams from around the globe as they battle it out on a brand new circuit through Charm City. Enjoy a free festival, fan zones, and all the action at Harbor Point and the Inner Harbor. Watch live on Maryland Public TV or join the live stream at marylandcyclingclassic.us. Don't miss the speed, the strategy, the spectacle. The Maryland Cycling Classic, September 6th in Baltimore.
This August, give your game day an upgrade at Live Casino. Enter to win an ultimate football package. We're giving away over $50,000 in game-changing prizes on Friday, August 29th. Earn entries daily for your chance to score a 100-inch TV, a state-of-the-art soundbar, and so much more. Don't sit on the sidelines. Make your play at Live Casino at Erndale Mills. Must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
Make the most out of every day in your Toyota RAV4. Available in hybrid or gas-only models. A RAV4 can get you where you want to go in style. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals on new RAV4s from your local Toyota dealer today.
Coming back in here with Glenn and the other guy, Garrett, whatever his name is. You know who they are.
Back in here on GCR as we continue along on a Thursday edition of the program. The Maryland 5-Star returns this October to Fair Hill in Cecil County. It's the 5th edition of the Maryland 5-Star. It is a true celebration of fall in Maryland. It is just an awesome event. As everyone knows, I am basic white girl number one. I love the fall in Maryland more than I love anything ever, anywhere of all time. I get very romantic about it. And what's cool about the Maryland 5-Star is if you don't know anything about equestrian, and hi, Glenn Clark, the first time I went, nothing. I'm like, so wait, the horses just dance? Like, that's legitimately the way that I felt. I've grown great appreciation for it in the years since, but I knew nothing. And I went up and I had the time of my life at the Maryland 5-Star because it is a perfect fall festival surrounding an elite sporting event. Awesome. If you haven't checked it out before, this is the year to do it. It's the 5th edition, the Corgi Cup, the ponies, the Food and Wine Festival, all the great shopping. Maryland 5-Star with a number 5, maryland5star.us to get your tickets to the Maryland 5-Star. All right. You want to touch on a couple other things from yesterday while we wait?
We can.
Okay.
Yes.
We went to Maryland yesterday. We had a great time. If you missed any of it, you can go find it right now. I realize it took us a little while to get the clips posted and everything. We had to pack up the show and drive. My God. I remember why I don't go to College Park as frequently as I used to. It saddens me.
Or only travel at like 2 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I traveled quite a few times at 2 a.m. and it didn't matter. The reason why, I remember I had that incredible job at 106.7 and 99.1 down in D.C. It was one of the best jobs I ever had. They treated me like $1 million, maybe the best radio job I ever had. And yet, I just heartbreakingly had to walk in and be like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It's soul-crushing. And Mrs. Clark isn't moving, so this is what I got. But yeah, it took us a little while to get back. So apologies, we're late in getting the clips up. But heard from a lot of people about Mike Locksley and his candor, and it's one of the things I like most about Mike Locksley is how open and honest he is. Trust me, I want Maryland football to win more games. I want that to happen, but I do appreciate his honesty. What do you have first for us, Griffin?
So this was his response to you essentially asked him, how do you make a quarterback decision, tuning out everything else?
I brought this up with Jerry DiNardo last week at the Big Ten Network. I said, can you just pick the guy that gives you the best chance to win? Or do you have to factor in how much money they're making, the transfer portal, who you don't want to lose? And I mean it genuinely, knowing that Mike Locksley would give me an honest answer. Here's what he had to say.
I don't know when you hear me talk about the give a crap gauge being on E. Like, I don't care what you guys think. I don't care what anybody thinks about me outside of this building. When you lose a child, you learn very quickly that nothing else matters. So I'll be very clear on Glenn Clark. If I'm going to break some news, here's the breaking news. I don't give a shit what people think outside of this building. These players know who we are. The people in this building know what we've done. What money is involved. This is the same thing people deal with at the NFL. We deal with it at professional level. I mean, that's the part that we had to anticipate and teach. Well, we've done those things. I mean, fool me once, shame on me. It won't happen again, but I don't really care. And people can write what they want, say what they want. The authentic part of me is like, I don't care. I've done a really good job here of putting this place in position, and these players believe in every part of what we are doing, from the football field to life.
So one of the things did you pull the clip when I asked about the coordinators by chance?
No,
that's okay. It's okay. But it was an interesting comparison because I hadn't thought about. We asked him about. Maryland has 2 new coordinators this year. One being Pep Hamilton, who famously was with Andrew Luck both at Stanford and in Indianapolis, and has been a bunch of different places since then. And his son is committed to play at Maryland moving forward, and that relationship stands out. The new defensive coordinator is Ted Monachino, who, of course, once upon a time was a linebackers coach for the Ravens and had worked with Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs and Ted Monachino had a very special relationship for years that predated, in fact, their time together in Baltimore. Ted Monachino had worked with Terrell Suggs at Arizona State, and that was part of the reason the Ravens had sort of sought him out to come in and join the staff years ago. So it was interesting talking to Mike Locksley about the 2 coordinators because he referenced after what we experienced last year, we decided that we needed what we do to reflect professional level more. I needed guys with professional experience. I needed to hire NFL caliber coordinators because this is college football now. We're going to have guys coming in and out every year. Every year. And we need to be able to adapt. We can't. He referenced the fact that he's thought of himself as a development program over the years. Mm-hmm. We can't always, it's not always going to be that. We have to be able, here's the group, figure it out in the summer, and go win in the fall. It's got to work that quickly. Whoever the quarterback ends up being, it's going to be a first-time starting quarterback, right? Like, you've got to be able to hit the ground running. And so it was interesting, and that was the comparison that he made when we were talking about, can you block all that stuff out? Like, I think most people know Malik Washington got a pretty decent amount of NIL money or revenue share money, whatever we're calling. I don't even know what we're calling it now.
I think we're still calling it NIL for now.
Right, even though it's
yeah.
I think it's more rev share than it is NIL. But then everybody that signed before July 1st last year was still getting the old NIL money, and it's so complicated. I don't even know how to describe it. I noticed that a couple times as I was asking questions, is it was like, I'm still confused by this. Please explain it to me because I don't know what I'm saying. But that part of it, to me, do you have to pick Malik Washington because he's getting a bunch of whatever Rev NIL money, and because he's the guy that you would risk losing in the transfer portal at the end of the year as a highly regarded freshman, as someone that was in demand? We know Michigan came hard after Malik Washington. Do those things have to factor in? Mike Loxley's point about saying, I don't give a shit, is, and comparing it to the NFL is interesting. Because from the outside, for most of us, we do not understand why the Indianapolis Colts would start Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson. None of us do. It makes no sense. We've all seen the Daniel Jones experiment. There's no upside there. But, RG3 thinks they're tanking for Arch Manning. I don't know that that's what they're doing. But I've dealt with this a few times. And I've talked to coaches about this topic where they've said, if we go into a camp and our players watch two guys play, and one is definitively better than the other one, there's no debate about it, and then we say, but we've just got to play this other guy for whatever reason, then we lose the team. We lose the team. They don't believe in us because they think we're saying on day one, we're not giving them the best chance to win because they're not stupid. So you and I can say there's no point to playing Daniel Jones. You know ultimately he's not good enough. You would play Anthony Richardson because maybe there's still an upside there. Maybe. And I don't even know that. I'm just suggesting it's possible. But what the Colts would tell us, with due respect to RG, well, I don't really know that we have to give RG3 any respect anymore. I think he's kind of shown his ass enough that we're good at this point. But we know, or we can surmise, that for the Colts staff, they watched, and one guy was just better. And if they then turned to their team and said, but we're going to play the other guy, they then run the risk of the team saying, nah, dude, we revolt. Like, your interest in developing a quarterback is not our interest. Every player goes into the season. We all know the Colts aren't winning the Super Bowl this year. We know that. But no player goes into a season.
What if all 31 other quarterbacks did?
That's a great point, right? Literally, Daniel Jones is the only quarterback left standing.
5.
That's true.
That's a great point.
They could all get hurt, though. So
all
37
all
other
of them,
quarterbacks.
and everybody. I think at this point we'd have some of the backup quarterbacks would also have to get hurt around the NFL. Like, I don't even know that Daniel Jones is a better option than. Oh boy, I'm trying to think of some
Cooper
other backup
Rush.
quarterbacks.
He's better than Cooper Rush.
He's probably better than Cooper Rush. Is he better than Dobbs or Willis or?
Yeah.
Is he? Is he definitively? Andy Dalton? Is he definitely better than Andy Dalton?
This Andy Dalton?
Is he definitely?
Probably.
I don't know, man.
I just think he's.
I don't know.
I think he's an athlete, so that gives you a good chance.
But to the point, like, we know that, but they can't walk in and say that. They imagine that coaching staff walking in being like, guys, just hear me out. We can't win this year. You guys know that. So just ride with me. I'm going to play Anthony Richardson. It's a difficult thing to do. So I criticize them because it makes no sense to me, but I do understand inherently at the beginning of the year how these things happen. And so if you're Mike Locksley and Malik Washington isn't, if they go through camp and Malik Washington hasn't won the job and they just give it to him anyway because he's the guy that got all the money and he's the guy that they run the risk of losing in the transfer portal at the end of the year if he's unhappy, if that's the case, then he runs the risk of losing the team. And if those guys on that team all get together and say, dude, we're in practice every day. You know this guy was much better than this guy. And you pick the other guy for those reasons, you then run the risk of losing the team, and that becomes a problem. Now, if it's close, I do think those other factors play in. Like, I do. I can't shake that. They have to play in. But if one of the Martins, if one of the Martins,
law offices of
or Martin, I'm the man, right? Like if Martin Lawrence wins the job, like legitimately outplays the other two quarterbacks during the course of the camp and everything, and they're going to announce the starter this coming week. If one of them is that much better, then Mike Locksley has to go with that guy, whatever that means. And it might not mean that by week 6, Malik Washington isn't their starting quarterback. And we can make the arguments that, hey, if he's going to be your starting quarterback at some point, you'd rather him play in these first couple of games because the competition's a bit lower. And you can get his feet wet against the Northern Illinois and the Towsons of the world. No disrespect to Towson. I know. I understand.
What are you saying?
Hey,
unbelievable.
But you can let his feet get wet in those games before he plays in the Big Ten. I understand all of those arguments. But Mike Locksley has to... He can't lose his team over this choice. And that's why he would say, no, those factors have to be ignored when I choose my quarterback.
I feel like they're not going to have any of those issues. If you want to hear Caleb Webb describe a plan with Malik Washington.
This is incoming Maryland wide receiver transfer Caleb Webb, who came from Tennessee, where he has lots of big game experience, into the playoff last year. Talked about what he has seen from freshman quarterback Malik Washington.
And then Malik, he honestly shocked me, for a young guy coming in and just being able to handle his business off rip. Like, you know, a lot of young guys, they have to go through like a learning curve almost, but
it's really I've known Malik for a little while, right? Like, it really is amazing to me how he just does not seem, he seems like he's 25.
Yeah, like it didn't even seem like he was a freshman. That's what I'm saying. It was so surprising, and then seeing him out here compete on the field, I don't know. He just had a different aura about him, especially as a freshman. Like the way he carried himself and the confidence he had, and he just wasn't afraid to make mistakes as well. So I appreciate him on that.
I appreciate everything that I've seen, and I mean that. Like, and I've had lots of interactions with Malik Washington over the years, dating back to when he was a freshman in high school, and every single one of my interactions has been the exact same, where I've come away from it like, who is this person? Like, is this a Danny Almonte situation? Am I being lied to about what his age is? Because he's different, man. He's different in that way. Now, he also was hurt to start camp, and did that put him behind the 8 ball in terms of adjusting to the college level and being able to compete? I don't know. They're not going to, much as I tried, they're not going to do that. They're not going to say, hey, here's who the quarterback's going to be. And I tried. I poked around with other people when I was down there yesterday, and I think Malik Washington, we all know, is the most talented of the 3 quarterbacks. I mean, there's a reason why he was as heralded as he was. But there's a difference between being the most raw talent and the most ready to win come week 1 of the season. And Mike Locksley does have to make that choice based on that. Like, that part of it does have to matter, because Maryland can't give away any of those 3 games. Like, it's so imperative that they have a winning season, or at least a 500 season, to get back on track, They can't get those 3 games to start the season. Florida Atlantic, Northern Illinois, Towson are must win. And if they think Malik Washington is long-term the best option, but there's going to be growing pains, that becomes very problematic. They can't lose those games to have any path to 6 wins. All of them are up. All the conversations we had down at College Park yesterday, they're all up. They're available now inside the greatest hits, and we posted them all at glennclarkradio.com for you to check them out. Griffin's going to try to comb through today and pull up some of the videos so you can watch that. Just had a great time. Really had a great time. Glad that we did that yesterday. It was not a great time yesterday afternoon for Ravens fans. We were all looking for our closest bottle of bleach. I mean, this is the reality. The moment everybody started tweeting that Lamar Jackson left the practice field, we just said, forget it. Cancel football season. It's over, dog. There is no human more important in our city than this dude. And so, among them, our friend Cordell Woodland from 105.7 The Fan. Lamar Jackson left practice about 20 minutes early with the strength and conditioning coach and the team doctors. Tough to tell what the injury was. I did see him getting picked up off the ground by his lineman after a play. He had a few reps after before shutting it down. And I think there are other people that said something about his wrist, that he was like shaking it as he came off the field. And we're all having the exact same thought. I mean, every single one of us just like, dude, all the joy that we have knowing that football is about to start. I've done like 5 mock fantasy drafts over the course of the last 2 weeks. We're going to do a special fantasy football show next Tuesday. I'll tell you some more details about that. My juices are flowing for the start of football. There are college football games being played 48 hours from now. 48 hours from now, they're going to play actual college football games. I might not wear pants again for the next 6 months. But it was all going to go away. In that moment, the feast was canceled. Like, we were all canceled. I was prepared. We weren't going to do a show. No offense, Anneke. I was going to cancel the show. What is the point of any of this? What is the point of anything if Lamar Jackson was hurt? Of course, the good news was very quickly the Ravens chose to put out the fire. They said, he's okay. Just got his foot stepped on. That's it. So I know that we have a reason for conspiracy theory. I understand the Ravens have not always been forthright and honest about injuries. I think Tyus Bowser is one of my closest personal friends, and I still don't know all the details of what happened with Tyus Bowser. And we are close. Tyus and I and Reed and I were Tyus went to the Orioles Astros games in Houston. You know, Tyus was at the near no hitter.
Oh, really? Wow.
He was at the Brandon Young game wearing Orioles gear from Houston, lifelong Houston guy.
Wow.
This is how
he
much
was probably sitting with the Young family.
Tyus went to the game wearing he was literally all night last Friday night sending us pictures, sending us texts. I was in heaven. It made me so happy. I'm like, I told you, Tyus knew he was gone, and he and I went to an Orioles game, and he was buying more Orioles gear when he knew he was being run out of town. Close personal friend. I still don't know all the details because I understand the Ravens are not always forthright, and they're not always going to give you all the information. That said, I don't think they would do this if they were bullshitting. I think they would be more inclined to say, we'll know more tomorrow. I don't think they go on the offensive without it being legit that Lamar Jackson's okay. So I am buying. While I know some of you are reluctant and are saying like, oh, we've heard this before. I am buying that Lamar Jackson is okay, which is good because none of us would be okay if he wasn't. Every single one of us would be prepared to jump. All right. I guess we're just tidbit tubular, and then we'll chat with Tarheeb Still. That's the plan?
Yes.
All right, then.
We got time for fighting words, though, if we want.
We'll do a short version of fighting. I know there's a lot going on. We'll do it. We're not talking about one thing. I know that much.
What? The fact that Kamzat beat Rodriguez?
No, we're not talking about.
I know you're not
we're
a big
not
UFC
talking about
guy,
the fake
but
fight.
We can focus on boxing if you
County
want.
Sports. Well, not that. CountySports.zone. Every score, every schedule, every team, every sport, every part of the state. They've got you covered. High school sports underway this week here in the state of Maryland, and they will have it covered from head to toe. CountySports.zone, proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer, buyatoyota.com.
For fans of the Costas Inn, and who isn't, I have some great news. Now there's a second location to go along with 4100 North Point Boulevard. This one is at the Timonium OTB. This is Stan the Fan, and I have been a fan of the Costas Inn and Triantafalo's family for going on 30 years. They're open for lunch and dinner, same great Costas feel, same great menu and quality food you've been enjoying for well over 50 years. The exact address on your GPS is 2200 York Road, and their phone number at the new location is 667-406-1970. If you're new to the Costas experience, get ready for a real treat. All wrapped up in a new spacious dining room in Timonium at the OTB. If you want steamed crabs, you have them, and the full menu at 4100 North Point Boulevard. The number for reservations there at Costas, 410-477-1975.
This August, give your game day an upgrade at Live Casino. Enter to win an ultimate football package. We're giving away over $50,000 in game-changing prizes on Friday, August 29th. Earn entries daily for your chance to score a 100-inch TV, a state-of-the-art soundbar, and so much more. Don't sit on the sidelines. Make your play at Live Casino at Erndale Mills. Must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
The latest edition of PressBox is available now. On the cover, Bo Smolko profiles Ravens running back Derrick Henry and how the football legend has proven to be a unicorn at the position with the success that he's found after the age of 30. Also inside, Brandon Schwartzberg looks at Kobe Mayo's push to find rhythm at the big league level. And we mark the start of the college football season by meeting players from all 4 FBS and FCS programs throughout the state. PressBox is available for free at over 500 locations throughout the region, including 60 Royal Farm stores. Or you can read the entire issue online at PressBoxOnline.com, where you can also find great betting advice and the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps.
Feeling sluggish, unfocused, or not like yourself? It could be low testosterone. At Game Day Men's Health, we specialize in testosterone replacement therapy to help men boost energy, improve mood, and regain confidence. Our treatments, including testosterone cypionate, are safe, natural, and tailored to fit your lifestyle with weekly injections or pellet therapy. Get started today with a free testosterone test and feel the difference. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Game Day Men's Health, where men reclaim their game.
Contrary to what some people believe, I actually like this guy when he sleeps. Glenn Clark, talking sports.
So it's like...
What is it?
So it's like someone's on vacation, but it like really... But it's like something that's not fun, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like it'd be a bad... It looks like it'd be a bad vacation.
Oh.
Like someone maybe getting
or someone
hurt,
like falling
or
off a
yeah,
bar.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like say you're like drunk or something, and you're like, so it like samples like a, what is this, like a British commercial or something?
Yeah, I don't even know what.
All right, I'll look into it. I'll look into it. This isn't bad. This is somewhere to you're starting me.
I think this is the way to go.
I need young people in my life to tell me what to do on TikTok because I have no idea, no earthly clue.
I think that's the way to go on the Jet 2 holiday.
All right, thank you. I
think that's what it's called.
I've got 5 minutes to learn exactly what it is and how to do it and how to perfect it in time. All right, Stan the Fan, Ross Grimsley, Luke Jackson, they get together every Monday to talk baseball. You can find it, facebook.com/PressBoxSports, youtube.com/PressBoxOnline, or PressBoxOnline.com/video. As always, Stan Show is brought to you by the Costas Inn and the all-new Costas Inn, now open in Timonium. All right, short version.
It's Fighting Words with Griffin Bass.
I actually think Griffin canceled our guest today.
Right.
I think he said.
And I still only have about 2 seconds to do
and
this
I'm
segment.
still not giving you much time at all. All right, Fighting Words is brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel. As always, the best place to watch all of the big fights is inside Sports and Social at Live Casino and Hotel Maryland. You want to have that big fight feel, so like when Canelo and Crawford fight in September. I understand that one's on Netflix. You're like, I don't even have to pay for that one. But there's still nothing like that big fight feel. There's nothing like being around a group of people that are all invested and reacting to every punch. And so when you stay home and you watch with someone who doesn't care, and I've attempted at a younger age when I cared about fights and I would like watch it. I don't know what that was. When I would watch and like my wife just doesn't give a rat's ass and I'd be invested and I'd be like, yeah! And I'd look over at her and she'd just be like, can I go to bed? It doesn't replicate it. Be around people that care about the fights. 100-foot media wall, great food inside. Sports and Social. Live casino and hotel Maryland.
Hopefully made it through this past weekend at UFC 319. A pretty great card, legitimately one of the best cards of the year, just in terms of like finishes and just the how strong the fights were. Khamzat did defeat Dricus du Plessis at 185. One of the most dominant like championship performances really that we've ever seen. He won 50-44 on straight scorecards. I scored at 50-43, so I had 2 10-8s in there. He was just
wow.
He was just destroying it.
I'm surprised they didn't just go with yours.
A lot of people are right. Think this is think Khamzat maybe one of the biggest stars in the sport. Did you know? Like, did you have any care at all that Khamzat was fighting?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. It was kind of a boring fight just because of how dominant he was. Like he just wrestled him.
I've
the
had
whole
people
time.
tell me things about Khamzat that he's interesting.
Yes.
He's a little bit
He's
different.
the guy who had 3 finishes in like a span of a month at Fight Island back in 2020.
Okay.
So and fought like twice in a week.
But what's something about his personal life or his background?
He like had a scare with COVID as well. He's had trouble, like getting a visa into the U.S. Like that's why he was fighting, and he was only fighting once a year, and it was the one time they were going to Abu Dhabi for a couple of years. And he like purposely missed weight one time because he didn't want to fight Nate Diaz, and so it was and so he ended up fighting I think Kevin Holland. So it's always something weird with this guy. This was a pretty like normal like fight camp for him. Like there wasn't a whole lot of drama. There wasn't. And then he it kind of showed because he came and he looked as dominant really as ever, even though he didn't get a finish, which is normally what he's like known for, is just getting dramatic finishes, knocking guys out in one punch, bringing guys to the ground and choking them out. He just kind of dominated Dricus from bell to bell. It was 25 minutes of domination for Khamzat. So I'm not sure. It looks like it's going to be a long run for Khamzat here. I'm not sure who has. I'd like to see Anthony Hernandez because recency bias. He fought a couple weeks ago and looked really dominant as well. It'll probably be the winner of Kyle Basallo versus. Now, this is kind of the problem with 185. You don't know any of these names, so there's no way to really sell this division right now. And if Khamzat Chimaev is not the guy that's getting you in, so he's going to have to get for the health of the division at 185 pounds, feels like he's going to have to get a finish in order for people to care about this more. But he's been very dominant. The big takeaways were we had back-to-back spinning back elbow knockouts.
Okay, all right,
which was pretty spectacular.
I can get behind that.
There've only been that was the 9th and 10th. Backwards spinning elbow.
I believe we
in
haven't
UFC history.
We haven't seen that since JWoww at the Jersey Shore House against Mike the Situation. I believe was the last time.
I feel like we've had problems
we saw
with showing
a spinning back elbow.
UFC
I don't know
clips.
if we do that or not.
All right. Well, I'll just show it to you so that you can see.
All right.
But this was back-to-back fights that we had first round backwards spinning elbows.
Now pull up the JWoww one. See how it compares. I'm not kidding. Pull up the JWoww spinning back elbow to the Situation, which was I do. But this is more important. If I get to talk about the Jersey Shore, I'm in. That's the only reason why I'm here, truly. Speaking of things that Tyus and I shared in common. Was it back fist? Oh, darn. All right. Yeah, that's the one. Of course, there's an ad. Yeah. We do love the Orioles, though. So.
But yeah, Lerone Murphy, like I called 2 weeks ago, he was plus money. He did, in fact. I didn't think it was going to happen.
I think this one we can share. I don't think the UFC will govern us sharing.
What is it?
For God's sakes! Why isn't it just the? It's coming up for sure. Right. It's coming up. It's a legendary moment in Jersey Shore history. This one gets replayed quite a bit over the years.
All right, so we're watching this. Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. We saw in the UFC, both guys got dropped and were unconscious.
Did we miss it already?
Yeah, it happened.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it.
Boom.
Yeah!
So that's kind of what happened at in
It's
Chicago,
sort of like that, right? It was
UFC
sort of like that in the UFC.
It was kind of like that, except the 2 guys were unconscious on the ground.
I don't doubt that
Carlos
JWoww could have
Prates
left Mike the Situation unconscious on the ground. I don't doubt that she was capable of it.
Carlos
You don't
Prates
mess
knocked out
with
Jeff
JWoww.
Neal. Lerone Murphy knocked out Aaron Pico, and Aaron Pico's UFC debut. So another guy coming over from Bellator and not having success in 2025. But I guess the biggest news, we have a new boxing. We have a new super boxing match fight that was announced yesterday. It'll be on Netflix on November 14th.
No.
Tank Davis will be taking on.
No.
Put his unbeaten record on the line.
No, he won't, because this is not real.
Against Jake Paul.
Everything about this is embarrassing beyond words. But that's what boxing is now. It's just embarrassing beyond words. Everything about this saddens me. You get your money. Like, I'll never, whatever people do for their money, I'm never going to knock them, right? Like, you want to sell feet pictures? Sell feet pictures, right? Like, I was just literally, I'm not encouraging you to sell feet pictures. I want to make sure that you don't think that's where I'm going.
Where are we going?
Before the show, I was talking to Anneke about how, like, just say yes to opportunities, right? Like, I'm never going to knock someone at all for what it is that they're doing to further themselves. Gervonta Davis has the right to make an ungodly amount of money by doing something extraordinarily embarrassing. I'm saddened that that's where we are. I'm saddened that instead of fighting someone, instead of doing something that's good for the sport, that furthers you as a boxer, that this embarrassing sideshow is the route that you're going to go. It saddens me. It doesn't sicken. You can do whatever you want to do. This is not... I don't kink shame. You know what I mean? We're not doing that.
An epic Canelo Crawford fight in a couple weeks out of this.
That's awesome. That's cool, but that's one. That's one fight all year.
We get... I mean, Anthony Joshua will fight somebody. You know, Jake Paul's at least more or less closer to his weight class, so that would make that would that fight have been more?
Nothing involving Jake Paul is a fight. Stop trying to pretend like
he's been boxing for like 5 years now.
He has been fighting you. He's not an actual legitimate boxer. Stop pretending. Stop falling into the trap of, well, the internet says he's fought a lot. No, you know better. He's not a boxer, not at this level. If he was fighting at, with all respect, Live Casino and Hotel on some of those cards, that's a place where he would deserve. He would be qualified to fight there. Not any of these guys. There is no fight involving Jake Paul that is legitimate at this level. It's not. Period. And no, well, but we want it to be because the internet says this is like the thing we talked about yet. The guy from Bet Online. Well, people want to bet on Little League Baseball, so all we're doing is giving them we just want to make things true because they're happening. Jake Paul is boxing, so we want to say he's a boxer. He's not. Not at this level. Again, there's plenty of places where he could fight. If he wanted to be a boxer, he could do it. But that's not what he wants to do. And again, I'm not knocking him. He has the right to make his money too. But we need to be the ones to stop pretending like there's something there because it's happening. Because internet. Well, people are talking about it on the internet, so... We have to have brains. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the sport. It's embarrassing for Gervonta Davis. And he can say, well, I'll be embarrassed to the tune of whatever amount of money he's going to make. And again, that's fine. Make all the money you want to make. I'll never knock somebody for choosing to make money. But it doesn't change that what you're doing is embarrassing. I do lots of embarrassing things. I let myself be covered in mayonnaise for the sake of the show once. Mayo Bowl champions. Never forget that. Has Penn State won the Mayo Bowl? Huh? Have they? Yeah.
Probably.
We win real bowl games here. Mayo Bowl champions.
All right. Well, I mean,
it's not the Pop-Tart Bowl, though.
That's a good point. Although the Pop-Tart Bowl is a sham. I don't want to get into it right now. Everybody knows. They said there was going to be a living Pop-Tart mascot. It was a cake. That's all it was.
Glenn to just get worked up here?
Did you not see the one resurrect?
Yeah. No, he didn't resurrect. They brought out a cake.
Popped out.
They brought out a cake. Oh, and then they brought the guy back the following year. That's a sham. They promised an edible mascot, and they gave us a cake. A cake. Words are supposed to mean something.
No, it was a Pop-Tart. He was a live Pop-Tart.
It was a
jumped
cake.
In the toaster and got toasted.
He was dancing around the entire game.
All of you with your because internet.
Anyway, who you got, Tank or Jake Paul?
Shut up.
What are you doing?
Brian Powell asked if I was going to watch. No,
yeah,
I will not watch. Not a chance in hell. I did not watch Jacoby Jones on Dancing with the Stars. Just because somebody's from Baltimore or is a Baltimore athlete doesn't mean I'll just watch them do. If Gervonta Davis was doing a charity golf match against Akshay Bhatia, I wouldn't watch that. I watch sports. I don't watch exhibition football.
Well, that is sports.
Christ, so embarrassed.
Glenn doesn't like
Just
practice.
so
either.
embarrassed by all of this.
What are you doing
Bring back,
Saturday?
as Reed always says, bring back shame. Bring back shame.
Nah.
There was a
I don't
time where
think
we
there
felt
is.
shame.
I don't think you
All right,
can.
I do have to wrap up.
What are you doing Saturday at 3 a.m.?
I don't know what's going on.
Anneke, what are you doing Saturday at 3 a.m.?
Hopefully sleeping. Me
Sleeping, probably.
personally. I hope.
Wrong. You guys are watching the UFC in Shanghai. That's
It's
where they
it's
are.
3 a.m.
Yep, 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Saturday.
East
I think I
our
thought it was
time.
3 p.m.
3 no.
All right.
3 a.m.
All
is,
right.
is when the fight is when the flights will be
But
starting.
3 a.m. Saturday?
Yeah, like Saturday morning. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
3 a.m. Saturday
All right.
morning is when the flights will start. So yeah.
All right.
So make sure you're up. Everybody, make sure you set your
I'm gonna-
alarms.
think I'm gonna
That's,
miss.
that's-
Missed
that's
that one,
I
dog.
think I'm gonna
It's
go
a-
to sleep.
Yeah.
It's a fine card. I can't really push anything out on it.
All right,
Brian
let's
Ortega and
not do
Aljamain
it.
Sterling. That one should be around 8
Okay.
a.m. though. So hopefully I'm up. I think
Is that
it'll be
where
a fight.
Aljamain Sterling is at this point in his?
Brian Ortega? I mean, that's a good fight.
I mean, it's a good
These are
fight,
two
but is that
former-
even the main event?
No,
That's
that's
what
why
I'm saying.
I don't
That's
get.
what
It's because they're in China, so they had to put a Chinese
All right,
fighter
all right.
in the main event. But this one
But
should
at
have been
3 a.m. on a Saturday? That just doesn't seem great.
Well, the main event will be happening around 8:30. So.
Okay. Oh, sure.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so much
prime,
better.
Prime time, right?
Oh, it's prime time in Shanghai.
What time does College Game Day start? Oh no, but this isn't the last Corso one. That's next week.
Yeah, I guess it will probably lead right into
next
it'll be
week.
done
Next
by,
week is the last Corso College Game Day. But I think Friday night is the Corso special, right, on ESPN.
Is that right?
I'm gonna ball. I'm gonna ball like a baby, like
yes,
a
Corso's
baby.
last one will be next.
Will be the following. That's the Ohio State Texas game. All right. You got a quick tidbit that we can do?
Yes.
Tidbit brought to you by Game Day Men's Health in Owings Mills, Frederick, and Columbia. I'm headed out there myself today. Not to Frederick. I'm headed to Game Day Men's Health in Owings Mills. As you know,
Frederick
peptide
in 10 minutes.
Yeah, right. Peptide protein treatment has been very beneficial for me. I'm a man in my 40s. I just don't feel the way that I felt in my 20s. And I thought I was low T. As it turns out, I have all the T. I'm Mr. T, as they call me. But I still don't feel the same. I just feel sluggish. I feel run down. And they said, we got it. We got you covered. Peptide protein treatment has been a game changer for me. And so whether that's what you're dealing with, you're a man of a certain age, stubborn belly fat that just won't come off, and you're just realizing your metabolism ain't the same as it was in your 20s, and I go to the gym every day and I deal with this. Performance issues in the bedroom, whatever it is. Men of a certain age deal with these things. Game Day Men's Health in Owings Mills, 443-264-4454. In Columbia, 443-266-3505. Or in Frederick, out west, 240-931-3717. GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
Paige Beckers became the third rookie in WNBA history to drop 40
Streets
points.
are saying she might be the real face of the WNBA.
Ooh, interesting.
Streets are
Well, I
saying.
mean, just because she's staying healthy, but yes.
She's the one playing
Yes.
right now, yes.
Also became the first
I
player
mean,
this
are we
season to drop 40 in a
realizing that
game.
like Caitlin Clark's not going to play in Baltimore again in September?
jeez.
Are we realizing that we're going to go 0 for 2 on Caitlin Clark in Baltimore?
Poor people that bought tickets.
I mean, like a lot. I know someone who paid $700 for 2 tickets. Yeah. Now they're really good tickets. They're laid up front, but
2 other rookies have dropped 40 points in a game in WNBA history.
Caitlin Clark.
Nope. Caitlin did not do it.
Sue Bird.
Not Sue Bird.
Stewie.
Not Stewie.
Sabrina.
No. We gotta go a little further back. Should be the
Okay,
first
Rebecca
one.
Lobo.
No. First one since 2008 to drop 40.
Since 2008.
Yes.
2008. Maya Moore?
No. It was the first overall pick in 2008. Don't know.
He's asking me to remember who the first overall pick was.
Tennessee.
Candace Parker.
Yes, Candace
Okay.
Parker. Candace Parker was the last to do it, and then the first to do this in 2001 with the Phoenix Mercury.
With the Phoenix Mercury would be Diana Taurasi.
No, not Taurasi.
It's a little bit before Diana Taurasi, 2001, but not much before.
I know, or was Taurasi before 2001? I don't know.
Rookie with the Merc in 01.
So maybe I'm looking at this and now I'm thinking maybe it's wait, hold on.
Good. Cappy Pondexter?
Oh no, sorry, it was with the Houston Comets.
Oh,
sorry.
good. Very different than the.
Sorry, that is a little different.
I actually know my Phoenix Mercury, so I'm
Right,
a bit
I know.
offended by this. I still don't know that I know the answer to this question.
It was because was she technically
Oh,
a
for
rookie
God's
in '97?
sakes.
When did the league come about? All right, so maybe St. Candace Parker is the only other rookie. The stat from the official WNBA page was the 40-point rookie.
So was
club.
it Cynthia Cooper?
Yes,
Okay.
Cynthia Cooper.
All right.
But she was like.
That wouldn't have been
a veteran.
2001. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. Sorry, it was '97.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody was a rookie because it was the first year of the league.
Okay.
Right.
So that one's I guess a little.
To be fair, I also don't know what year Cynthia Cooper came out. So.
Well, she had been playing like overseas, you know.
Yeah. She.
But '97, she was in the league.
Yeah, she had started her pro career in '86.
Yeah.
So yes,
so
very
I was
much
looking
not.
at it, I was like, well, actually, this
Right,
doesn't
just
exactly
first year in
check
the
out.
league.
But yeah, Parker and Beckers,
All right.
those are the two.
All right, let's get tubular to wrap it up. Here's what's coming up tonight: Orioles, Astros. It's on Fox tonight, but if you live somewhere else, I got bad news. You're getting Yankees, Red Sox. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, here you're getting Orioles, Astros. 7:15. Jason Alexander, when he's not busy working
George Costanza,
for the
really?
Yankees, against Brandon Young in his first start. We saw how well it went the last time he faced the Astros. Hopefully, there's more of that. Right now, on Masson 2, the Norfolk Tides and the Charlotte Knights are on TV. I don't even know who's pitching for Norfolk today, so you can tell me.
It's Gibson and Bradish pitched yesterday, so I don't know.
College soccer season gets underway tonight. Maryland's at Wake Forest, 8 o'clock.
Tyler Wells.
Oh, how about that?
Or
All right.
is it Tyler Wells or is this Levi Wells?
I don't know. That's on ACC Network, ESPN Plus for NJIT Loyola at 6, and UMBC's at Wilmington, 7 o'clock on Flow Sports. Everything else you can find at glennclarkradio.com. Give me one highlight, non-sports-wise.
I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out who's pitching.
Thank you.
Peacemaker Season 2. And this looks awful. Prime Video
I do like Peacemaker, though. Peacemaker's great.
Prime Video has the home team, New York Jets docuseries based on last season's.
Why would anyone want to watch it? Why would anyone?
Chuck Clark gets like an episode, though.
I
so
do
if
like Chuck
anyone
Clark.
wants Chuck
That's my
Clark.
guy. But God, oh, that is the best. They're like 3 weeks
It's
into it.
coming
They're
out
like,
now.
they're like, what do we do? What do we do with this?
And apparently Aaron Rodgers didn't want to be in it, so there's no.
Oh
Aaron
no! Well, because he was doing his own bad
Yeah.
documentary. It is Tyler Wells, by the way.
Okay.
All right. Thanks today to Tarheeb Still, who you're about to hear from. We'll get that up in the greatest hits section of the
Galveston
tab at glennclarkradio.com. Anneke, where are you on social media?
At Anneke Wagner.
If you're a creep, don't follow her. But if you're a normal person, then give Anneke a follow and all. I really, truly appreciate all the work that you've done for us this summer. Please be in touch and stay connected with us over the years. And at some point, I'll need a job from you. When you're thriving, I'm going to call you and say,
I'll count you on it.
Please hire me. Please give me a job. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody at PressBox, all of our great sponsors and partners. Thanks to Griffin at Griffin_Bass. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Glenn Clark Radio. Tomorrow, Stan's here.
Yes, Stan is here.
Navy coach Brian Newberry.
That is correct.
Former Raven Carl Davis, who's with the Washington Commanders
Correct,
before the Ravens
correct.
play the Commanders. I love trench work, Carl Davis. I love that guy.
And we're gonna go out to Aberdeen again.
We're going to try.
Nate George.
Who's one of the highest rising prospects in the Orioles system. We'll see. Hopefully tomorrow as well. All right. Thanks to I did all the thank yous. I got to go. Here's Tarheeb Still. Duke sucks. Go Birds. Duke sucks. Here's Tarheeb Still. We had to do this a little bit earlier. Well, it's a pleasure to be joined once again here on GCR by a young man that we got to know during his time at Maryland, and boy, did he turn heads throughout the NFL last season with a massive year, including 4 interceptions. He a Terp, he's Tarheeb Still, and he's back with us now here on GCR. Tarheeb, it's Glenn. It's great to see you, man. Thank you for taking a couple of minutes for us this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm saying I love really connecting back with the Maryland people I used to talk to a lot. I'm saying it really just feels good to me knowing that those people still watch, still root for me, and knowing that I can still connect and really just sit down and talk about how things are going.
I want to get to them. We did our show from over at the Jones Hill house yesterday, so I want to talk about the Terps. But before that, dude, what you did last year, man, you're a kid, obviously who had a dream, but a lot of people doubted you along the way. What did it mean to you to go from that doubt and falling in the draft and all of that to showing everyone on the planet what it is that you are capable of doing the way that you did?
I would say it was really just a good feeling knowing that I can go out there and make plays and help contribute to winning, playing good football. But really, it really felt good to be able to go out there make plays. A lot of people probably didn't see it in me early, but the Chargers, they believed in me a lot. They put a lot of faith in me. They really helped build my confidence a lot. My coaches, my teammates. So, I mean, they knew what I could do. So they really told me that I'll be able to go out there and make plays and affect the game. And I really believed it. And then a lot of people seen it come to life last year on the field. So it really just meant everything for me to be able to go out there and make an impact early. And it sets the foundation for me to know where I started and how I can keep building on it and keep getting better.
The 4 interceptions, did you keep all of the balls?
I have all of them in my house.
Okay, right. So you kept all of them for you. Are you planning on giving them to anybody, or just gonna like every pick for the rest of your career? You're gonna have every ball forever.
100%. I might. It varies situation like what's going on. I might give one to my dad maybe, but I really just plan on keeping them, putting them up in the case in the house. Really just gonna be like a little trophy room.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. That's awesome. Hopefully, there's about 100 more, right?
Hey, I love that. Love that.
Right. Tarheeb, the experience. Why did it work for you the way that it did in LA? Right? Like what? Obviously, part of it is you. I recognize that like you have an ability to do it, but for a lot of guys that go a little bit later on in the draft, they might not even see the field at some point. What was it about you, the coaching staff out there, the situation that it allowed all of it to click for you in the NFL?
Well, yeah, I mean, like draft time when it happened, obviously I was a little upset about how the draft went, but then when I really thought about it, and I really sat down, I'm like, okay, I get to Coach Harbaugh, he's my coach. What a great guy. I get to play in a defensive scheme under Coach Minner, great DC. I have a great position coach. I have great veteran leaders on my team. So I would say it really clicked when I got in the building. They seen I can play. They seen I fit the scheme well. So then it was really just how they wanted me to play the technique, so to say, in the scheme. So I would say it was the defense we run is the perfect fit for me. We play man coverage, but we play a lot of zone. We do a lot of different things. So I get to have chance to have eyes on the quarterback. I get to match receivers, play man. Also get to give the quarterbacks a thousand different looks. So I would just say it's a perfect fit for me, scheme wise, because I'm able to do a lot of different things. I'm able to move from nickel to corner. So once I picked up the scheme and once the coaches really built that confidence with me and they told me I was good enough to go out there and do it, I really believed it. And then I just been able to make plays.
Man, I make a lot of them. There was no doubt about that. He's Tarheeb Still, and he is with us here on GCR, former Terp, and now with the Chargers. Tarheeb, it sort of stands out to me too that like the year before, that final year at Maryland, you had a lot of picks that year, right? Like,
Yeah.
did something I don't know wake up or register with you? I don't know if there's the right word,
Right.
but like that was the year that maybe everything changed for you and you became this ball hawk now that obviously we've been able to see.
Yeah, I would say because like my first 3 years of college, I had one interception. It came my junior year off like a tip pass. It was kind of like a gimme play. Ball just kind of fell right to me. But then because I used to always talk to Coach Baker, my position coach at Maryland for 4 years. I used to talk to him a lot about like, Coach, I want to pick the ball. I want pigs. Why am I not catching pigs? And he told me like, you can't go out there thinking about catching picks. It's really about the scheme, the technique, and putting yourself in position. And once you play the technique right, once you do what the defense is asking you to do, the ball will just find you. So I really tried to focus on that my senior year. Like, okay, I'm not going to chase picks. I'm really just going to try to be where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there. And then once I seen that, I caught the 5 interceptions my senior year of college. Once I seen that, it's not really about I have to go force a play. Like I just got to make the plays when they come to me. Once I realized that, once that clicked, that's when I knew I don't have to chase plays or do anything extraordinary. If I just play within the defense, I'm going to get a ton of opportunities to play the ball. So that's what I really realized. It's not trying to force the interception. It's really letting the plays come to you and then capitalizing when it does.
And I know you had that history on the offensive side of the ball, so obviously you're comfortable catching the ball, and
Yeah.
that has proven to be the case. You bring up Jim Harbaugh, right? Like everybody on the planet thinks that dude's insane. Everybody thinks he is. Are we right? Like, is he insane? Is it a good insane? The type of insane that you like being around?
I love being around coach, but like you got to be in this business and to win and to really impact the team and to really get people on board. You got to be a little crazy. So
Yeah.
I appreciate Coach because his outlook and his mindset and how he goes about things and the things he preaches, it really does stand true. And some people might think he's crazy, but when you really deep down think about it, he's 100% correct. He just might tell it. He might tell you something, but he might just put it in a story format for you to understand. So he knows different ways of how to talk to people. He can get his point across through different ways, but you got to be a little crazy. But Coach has it figured out. He's been doing it for a long time. So I mean, I love being around them. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
We're not going to see you like chugging milk on the sideline or anything like that. Are we?
Nah, it's actually crazy. One time, we were up in the cafe having dinner, and Coach had some milk with his meal, and I thought that was love.
Was it like a steak? Was it like a piece of fish?
It was like some chicken. I know he had some vegetables on there, some broccoli and stuff, and he had like 2 cartons of milk. So it was a little funny, but yeah, I love Coach. That's my guy.
I actually would make me happier that he's like he's living the bit. Like it's not a joke. He's committed.
He's him all the time, 24/7. He doesn't put on the front. He's the same guy all the time, and that's why
I dig it. Tarheeb, obviously, everybody's going to be a little bit more aware when they throw in your direction this season, right? Like they know they're not going to look over and say, "Oh, that's the 5th round pick. We got to throw at him." You're the guy that intercepts the ball. Like that's who you are. How do you build off of what you did, knowing that teams are going to be a bit more aware of you going into this year?
I actually look at it kind of like, okay, they've seen that I was able to make plays in the ball last year, so they're going to see if I'm going to be anxious, like or like pick happy, trying to jump routes or force plays. So I think really them knowing that I have the ability to take the ball away, they're just going to see how I play. They're going to see if I'm trying to go out there, force plays, be aggressive, or if I'm going to play within the scheme and let the ball come to me. But I don't. I think about that, but I still feel like at the end of the day, it's the NFL. They throw the ball at anybody. It doesn't really matter. You're going to have to go out there and earn that respect every week, every play. So I think they see what I did last year. They know it's on tape. They know I can play. They know I can play the ball. But I feel like I'm going to have to go out there and show them again, week in and week out, play after play. So teams are aware, but I don't think they're going to shy away from trying to try it.
I think that's probably correct, and I think that's a great attitude to have. All right, I mentioned I was over there doing the show yesterday in College Park. It was great to see everybody. As you know, you guys had those 3 great years and accomplished everything that you did. Last year was tough. Can you tell me why you have faith that Coach Locks and that staff are going to get things figured out this year?
Really, I just know Coach Locke's mindset. I know what he preaches to the teams. If guys buy in and guys really believe what he's saying, they'll see a lot of success because he's not wrong at all. He has the right philosophy. He has the right way to go about it. Guys really have to buy in and believe what he's saying. And then a lot of things Coach Locke talks about is your mindset, like fixing your mindset, believing that you can do it, believing like why not us? Why can't like Maryland win the Big Ten? Stuff like that. So once you put yourself in that mindset, once you understand that it's an even playing field, everybody has the same thing they're working with. It's really just going out there, believing it, and then limiting errors. I feel like those guys at Maryland will be a really good team. They just have to be confident, hungry, and go out there and chase it every week because they have players, they have the coach to do it, they have everything they need. So I know they'll be good, but the rest of the country will be able to see. But guys at Maryland just buy in, believe what Coach Locks is saying, and they'll have great success.
Love it, man. Tarheeb Still. Remind everybody, it's just at Tarheeb Still, correct? On Twitter is how that people can follow you.
Yeah, just at Tarheeb Still.
And it's Tarheeb _ on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Dude, seriously, you've always been an incredibly good dude, and to see the success that you have found is an amazing thing, man. Like, anytime you are not lined up against the Baltimore Ravens, we will be rooting for you forever, man. Tarheeb, congratulations, seriously. Best of luck this year, and thank you so much for taking the time for us.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity.